Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome back, everyone, to another edition of What's Happening Now with CNI Solutions. As always, please take time now to like, share, and comment this broadcast for others who may need it. And if you're not already, subscribe and follow us on our social media, our YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Our producer will be putting that information in the chat for you all guys later on. So look out for that as well. Last weekend, we went to the Women's Expo event hosted by Tiffany Draper, Mr. Farmby. Beautiful event. I loved it. Love seeing all the vendors out there, the women out there, entrepreneurs. It was an excellent event. For those who were trying to watch it on our live, we do apologize for our sound quality. It was something that we were not prepared for with the live band and the DJ music, but I assure you, anytime or the next time there is an event like that, we will make sure that we are prepared for our sound quality to be A-OK. All right. Women's History Month. This is the close of Women's History Month. Actually, tomorrow will be the close, and we enjoyed showing and showcasing all the women entrepreneurs, business owners, those women who are doing great things in our community. Our ED, Dr. Fry, she also had a nice little broadcast as well for Women's History Month, so we do appreciate that. Don't forget, CNI Solutions will be doing the Somebody Loves You event at the Bob Harrison's Senior Citizen. That's going to be on April 13th. And for those who want to sponsor Easter basket, Easter bag that we're going to be giving to senior citizens, please reach out to us to sponsor that bag. Our producer will also have that scrolling on the screen for you to figure out how you can reach out to us and how you might be able to pay for that actual bag to give out to one of those lucky senior citizens. As always, anyone who does donate to sponsor a senior citizens bag, we will put in a special note in that bag coming from you or your organization, and basically something that's going to be a positive, uplifting praise and I would say, which we would call it, just nice words of support for them. Okay. I had a lot of people talking to me about Amazon Smiles. A lot of people were forgetting about Amazon Smile. Just remember, if you are using your desktop to purchase Amazon and you're trying to have that charity support, go to CNI Solutions. You must always log on to smiles.amazon and make sure it says CNI Solutions Huntsville that you are supporting. If you're new to this and you haven't figured that out, we're going to be doing a broadcast here shortly to tell you how to go ahead and look up the Amazon Smiles and how you can support that nonprofit organization, whether it be CNI Solutions or whoever it is that you're trying to support. But we will show you how to go ahead and get that set up and get started. So tonight's guest, we got a special guest in the house tonight, Miss Christina Bennett from Say It So. Miss Christina, welcome. Thank you for coming. So if you could, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I am Christina Bennett. I am a speech language pathologist. I am the owner of Say It So Therapy Services. And I am, my newest title is I'm a Speak Life Coach. And so I am a mother of 2 girls. I am a wife. And so that's a little bit about me. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. So I know in dealing with speech, sometimes I know I stumble on my words, and I feel like my brain is working faster than what my mouth can say. What has caused me to do that? Can you touch a little bit on that? Which causes people to stumble on their words like that?
So we are all somewhat disfluent. So sometimes we speak too fast. Sometimes we just don't have a steady pace, and so sometimes we just get jumbled and we stumble over our words. So it's really nothing wrong with that. We also do fillers. We say and a lot. Some of us do it more than others, but those are fillers. Those are just forms of disfluencies. However, as speech therapists, we work with people who stutter. Those are just a little bit different. Stuttering and just normal disfluencies are different. So what we're talking about together is more normal. Stuttering occurs when words become multiply jumbled and you just have word blocks. You have difficulty getting sounds and words out. And so with that being said, a lot of the times, unless you are a moderate or severe stutterer, we're all somewhat disfluent, so that's nothing to worry about.
Wow,
Okay.
wow, that's
Yeah, I've heard I'm a little bit more than others though. So say it so.
Yeah.
So what? Tell us what prompted that particular name? Say it so.
So Say It So is so much more than a business. So I have so much passion that comes behind that name. Just a little bit about it is, you know, I had a car accident, ninth grade year. I ended up having to go to speech therapy. That's because I had a brain impairment. And so I had to learn how to speak over. I wasn't able to go to school. And so it was a difficult time in my life. So I became mute because I had such a difficulty speaking. I didn't speak. I just didn't do it because I was the fear of others and just the fear of just not being accepted and the way people would look at me. And so for years I was mute. And then he shifted me into being a speech therapist. He allowed me to start helping others speak. And then he gave me this business. He gave me Say It So. It was literally a download from God.
Right.
And so now I not only speak life into myself, but I speak life into others.
Say it so.
wow,
Okay.
Wow,
So
that's
I heard you say it sounds like there's a lot of psychology in this as well. So from a psychological standpoint, you said you became mute.
Yes.
Because was it the effects of the injury, but did it psychologically put you in a place that you felt as though I want to use the word inferior, but you weren't where you should be? Was it your peers? What was going on?
Absolutely. It was a little bit of that. And it was also a physical appearance. I would say that. I went through multiple facial reconstructive surgeries after that. And so this was a difficult time. So it affected me to the core emotionally. And so it was a way that I compensated. I just retracted. I retracted from the world and I just stopped talking. I believe that my words weren't important anymore. I didn't think that I had a purpose anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Until God showed me that he was really developing my purpose through it all. And so I'm super, super passionate about helping others that have faced life inevitable challenges. Mm-hmm. I work with so many brain injury victims, strokes, so many people who have the same issues, right, who just retract because of the situation. And so now that I've been on the other side of the table, I can really, really help those push past that challenge and just speak life.
Follow up. Okay, so Say It So, right? How were you able to push past? Because there are those that are out there who have some of the concerns or the medical problems that you have on your website. How did you get started? How did you get started? You have
Absolutely.
a testimony.
Speech therapy.
Mm-hmm.
I had to go into a professional, someone who was trained to help me in that area, to help me in the area of communication, to help me in the area of expressive language, to get me back mm-hmm. flowing. Of course, I also had to do some mindset shifting. So I can't not just say that the speech therapist is the only person who helped, but God is the next person. I had to get into the Word of God and to allow him to transform my mind.
Right.
And so yeah, but God is the next person. Mm-hmm. I had to get into the Word of God and to also just becoming a speech therapist. I've been through multiple years of speech therapy training, 6 years.
Wow.
And so, I know the tricks of the trade now. I know how to compensate very well.
When you talk about speech therapy, my wife, she had a really, really bad speech impediment growing up. And she's told me several times that, like you, she was withdrawn and she was fearful to speak. She stuttered on her words a lot. And it was hard for her. But like you said, therapy, training, constantly speaking. And now she can speak, and for her job, she sounds like she's actually on a radio show, a person announcer, right, when she's speaking. There's been times she sent me video clips. I'm like, who is that? I don't know who that person is.
Awesome.
You know, like this. So I think it's really important that a lot of the viewers and the people understand it can be overcome. You know, a lot of kids out there, they withdraw because they don't want to talk, because, you know, they stutter, or they may not be able to enunciate words correctly. So they withdraw from it. But I guess with your business and what it is that you're doing, you're able to help those people like that.
Absolutely. So at Say It So, we offer speech therapy services to children and adults with a host of impairments. So articulation, phonology impairment, aphasia, apraxia. We have neurological impairments that we also treat as well. We also treat swallowing impairments. So we are here for any type of communication needs, any type of communication, language or swallowing.
Well, you know, we have an entrepreneurship program here, right, at CNI. And what we had a student, or a starter, as we would call them. They had personal concerns about the way that they spoke, and some of them were from a physical standpoint as well. So one thing that we've had over the past 2+ years are masks. You know, we've had masks to say, well, you know, it allowed us to kind of like, you know, hide behind the mask, so to speak, right? But for someone in that particular situation, you know, what could you offer to them? I see this apraxia, right? It says problems controlling mouth muscles to speak clearly.
Right.
You know, how does that work?
So I'm not really sure if
Apraxia.
that person is dealing with apraxia. I would definitely have to see them and diagnose that.
Okay.
However, to address that question, it sounds more like a public speaking issue, and we definitely do that at Say It So. We help people build their confidence, and we give them the strategies that are needed to public speak. Sometimes it is just as simple as writing some notes down and pacing yourself. We talked about that a little bit. Making sure that you're not going too fast, too slow, making sure that you're enunciating your sounds and your words. So it's little tricks and strategies that I teach people to help them be more confident when they public speak.
Wow. That is something, because
That's me every day.
it is you every day. Because we do get a lot of entrepreneurs, and we tell them all the time, like, you have to go out and learn Canvas, and you have to go out and find out who your customer is. And a lot of them say, I can't speak in front of crowds, you know. So what you're doing is an excellent thing to be able to help people be able to speak. What is the age limits, you know, that for people to come receive support from you?
So, you know, people kind of giggle when I say this, but I treat people from 0 to 99. And then someone said, well, what if they're 100? I'll treat them too, you know. But I'm just giving you guys a range. We don't discriminate. We treat all ages, all problems associated with speech and language with those ages. So, yes.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a large range, definitely.
Yes.
But excellent. So what else would you have to say? I'm kind of stuck on this thing, because I can be an introvert at times, right? You think, right? But we all have those things about ourselves that we kind of keep behind the veil, so to speak, right?
Yeah.
So there are people that want to come from behind the veil.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for that nugget. There's someone out there that's listening, and they're waiting for that next nugget. What is the next nugget that says, okay, I'm going to seek the help that I need?
So my nugget is your words matter. You are important. You are special. You are capable. You can do anything that you want to do. You just have to first believe. There are professionals out here to help you. Seek the help. Get the help that you need. If you need a consult, we offer free consultations at Say It So. Pop in, give me a call. I would love to talk you through it. If I can't help you, I will refer you to someone who can. So just reach out. Don't sit in silence. Don't be afraid. Don't allow the enemy to keep you isolated. We are here to help. The community's here to help. These guys are even here to help. So just reach out.
Yeah. You know, viewers, throw those out there who is viewing this program, wherever it be, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram or Twitter. If there's any particular question that, my esteemed colleague, Mr. Farby, has not had a chance to ask Ms. Bennett, by all means, please put it in the comments, and our producer will get that and ensure that we get it so we can ask her. Because I know there's a lot of people out there, young and old, who are curious about things. I've even heard somebody at one time say, well, I can treat my speech problem at home. Maybe, maybe not. But the professional is here with us right now who can be able to help answer that question for you. All right. So go ahead, Bruce.
Me, another question?
Go ahead.
Well, okay. So it's a two-part, I guess, right? And it's more of a comment / if you want to add to. So as you were speaking a few moments ago, one of the things that I said I'm sold, right? It's because what you said you didn't just put the light on you and your organization. You said there are professionals that are out there that are there to help. And
Absolutely.
right. And being willing to let someone know if you are not that start point, you may be that start, your organization may be that start point, but it may be someone else in the industry that's that start point. And I think it's very, very important to get started. And like I said, I applaud you for that comment. In case someone missed it, she kindly said there are professionals that are out there. Her organization doesn't say it so, it just doesn't stand alone there to assist you. So bravo.
Definitely bravo on that.
Thank you.
Let me ask a little bit more. Let me ask another question. Do you find, how can I phrase this? Do you find it that you're having to coach parents from the African American community more to get their child into speech therapy than any other groups or ethnic backgrounds?
Absolutely. I believe that our culture is based on just being very tough and hard and not having problems and not talking about those problems.
Right.
We were raised in a lot of the households where we were told that you don't talk about things that go on in the household. And so a lot of the times, I am having problems with the parents just reaching out, just saying it's a problem. I see a problem. And a lot of the times they wait until it's too late or someone else notices the problem when they have seen it and they've noticed it all along. And so I definitely want to be a resource to the community because of course some know, but we have to realize some just don't know.
Right.
They don't know how to seek help. They don't even know what an impairment looks like in reference to a speech delay or our articulation problem. And so just to be an advocate and just to get out in the community and let these parents know, if you are seeing these things at this age, there is a problem. And what normally happens if those problems aren't addressed, they just continue to spiral out of control. And so it affects everything. It affects academics, social life. It is going to affect them in adulthood. So it is imperative that you seek the help for your child so that they can be confident adults and they can live out their purpose and just be just great at doing it. Right. So yes, absolutely. I see that a lot in the community.
That's well said, because one of the things at CNI we try to promote that we are community-based organization, and community is being key. And there are many resources that are out there and they're available to you and I. When I say the team that's out there, and they know, I call them the team that's out there, because within our community, we don't work together enough. That's what I believe. So with this, and part of working together, Charles, and I'm going to repeat what you've said already, share this, because there's someone out there, Miss Bennett, she's taken her time. She's to come here and give you, the community members. And when I say community, I'm not just saying Huntsville, Alabama.
Absolutely.
I think earlier, prior to this cast, you said you are all over the state of Alabama.
I am.
Right? So with that being said, nationwide, no matter where you may be, and I know we have viewers that are even outside the United States of America, but if you need that assistance,
absolutely.
Okay, So share this broadcast. Share all of our broadcasts, but definitely share this one. This is something that our community members need to hear and follow up on with their family members or their community members.
Absolutely.
But I think it was more than you. But it's not just in Alabama though, right?
It's not. So I am licensed in Louisiana as well as the state of Tennessee, and so I treat some schools in Louisiana. I treat their kids via teletherapy. We don't have to be in the same state or the same city to have help. So please just reach out if you are in need of services. I also want to say one more thing as it relates to that question. African Americans make up 3% of the field of speech language pathology. And so also people don't see us enough in the field in order to be comfortable enough to bring their kids to us.
Right.
So a lot of the times, it's one of the most hidden gems. I really encourage guys who are going to school or thinking about a career. This is a really, really great career for you guys. I also do a lot of mentorship for students at A&M or anyone who is in need of mentorship, who is thinking about the field. Reach out to me. This is a really, really amazing field. We are here, and I am here in Huntsville. So I am a Black speech language pathologist. I can relate to cultural issues when it comes to us. I know that some things are not disorders, they're differences. We are not the same, and that's okay. And so I know how to kind of teach people to code switch versus saying, you're saying that wrong. A lot of the times we don't like to hear that we're doing something wrong. And so when you have someone telling you that, you shy away. And so as a Black professional, I'm able to kind of know the difference between a disorder and an impairment. So yeah.
You brought up a good point on something, and I'm glad you mentioned that. A lot of times, even as adults, when we enunciate something wrong, and we've been doing it for years, and then when someone says, "What? That is not how you pronounce that. That is not what you say," and you're like, "Yes, it is. I've always said that." So I think that's important to also know that, like you said, you treat from 0 to 99. Those adults out there, for those of you all out there who are still, having issues speaking, or if you're at your job, you have to give classes and you have a problem speaking, you might want to look Miss Bennett up, to help you with those words, to help you overcome that fear to have speaking engagements in front of a lot of people.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to say this, right? Viewers, you may be able to rewind this and key in on what I'm talking about. So I said apraxia. Okay, Miss Bennett said in her response, she said apraxia. You noticed that earlier, right? And I was like, ooh, wow. And I'm sorry, but I didn't feel some type of way, or but I was aware, right? Yeah. And then as I thought about it, is that an impairment, or is that something that phonically I just didn't sound it out properly? What would you say that would be?
I would say, of course, I'm familiar with that word. I've seen it 100 times.
Right.
It would definitely be more phonologically, but in reference to that, tomato, potato, that is just, the way of life. We are different. Yeah. We come from different ethnicities. We come from different backgrounds. It is important to know that we're different and be proud of who you are. Yes. So the thing about it is, I don't want to change people. I want to teach them how to code switch. When you're public speaking and you're up in front of the crowd, you need to be speaking standard American English. That is the key. When you go home and you're kicking it with your friends and your buddy, or we're here just having a good time, we can say things just a little bit more commonly. So it's a difference.
Right. I think you bring up a wonderful point on that. I mean, a wonderful, guys, team, those out there, I'm telling you, Miss Bennett is so full of wonderful information right now. If you hadn't already, share this. Get it to somebody who who can use this information, because code switching is so important. You don't know how many times I've been to events, I've been somewhere, and I'm hearing someone speak, and they're speaking as if they're talking to, their friends from back on the corner, and you're in a public setting, you can't say those words you're saying. You can't speak the way you're speaking. You can't use that slang in that setting.
Absolutely.
But to learn how to code switch is so important because then they can relate not only to that public who they're speaking to, and they can still relate to their friends and their homies who are back home on the corner, back on the ball field, back on the basketball court, and be able to talk that way. That is very, very important. I'm so glad you mentioned that.
Yes. Yeah, I had never heard it being referenced code switch. It's just normally what the environment that I'm in. That's normally how I say it, but I wrote that down. I'll go ahead and take that. Okay. Code switch it is.
Do you let me ask you this, and as we're talking about code switching, do you often find it hard when you're teaching young men and women to code switch? Do they tend to fight it because they don't want to feel like I'm this, this snooty, uppity person, that everybody back home is going to think I'm, something else now, and I can't be cool with them anymore?
I will say this, it's just your approach. So I don't have a difficult time with it because I am not trying to change anyone at all. So I'm just trying to make them be confident when they're public speaking, give them the techniques that they need when they need to pull them out of their pocket or out of the bag. But they are still them. They're not going to change. We're not changing their culture, where they're coming from. We're not changing their words. We are just giving them the techniques and new things to help them be more successful in a corporate environment, wherever it will be. So, yeah.
That is excellent. That is excellent. Real quick, can you let everybody know where you're located at and how they can reach you or how they can get in contact with you?
Absolutely. So we have a new location, guys. I am located at 1580 Sparkman Drive, Suite 201. Sorry, Suite 202. And so I have something exciting coming up in the next couple of weeks. We are having our grand opening on April the 9th between 2 and 4. Please come out. Bring your kids out. We are doing free speech, language, and hearing screenings. We're doing free consultations. We are here for you guys. If you are in need of things, if you have questions and you're just not sure, please come out. We will be there. Not only me, I have professional staff members who will be on site. We are here to help you guys. So yes, 1580 Sparkman Drive, Suite 202. Come out and celebrate with us.
Producer, can you please make sure we put that inside the chat? 1580 Sparkman Drive, and that was Suite 202.
Yes.
Suite 202.
Sweet.
So that those who are in the Huntsville area and the surrounding areas are able to come out and participate on that grand opening.
So do you actually have a date, or you still working the date as far as the grand opening?
April 9th.
April 9th. 9 April that was.
April 9th. Grand
April
opening.
9th. Saturday, April the 9th.
Saturday.
1580 Sparkman Drive. That is correct. 1580 Sparkman Drive, Suite 202. Suite 202. So come on down. I think I'm gonna make sure we try to get down. I know we got something else happening on the 9th. I'm almost positive I got something else happening on the 9th, but I gotta look at our calendar. As we say in the entrepreneur world, I gotta talk with my boss, and my boss is that calendar. That calendar tells me where I need to be, what time I need to be there, and how long I need to be at that place. So as soon as I get with my boss, I'll make sure if I can find out if I'm able to make that April 9th grand opening event. Go ahead, Brewster.
So follow up. Let's backtrack, right? You said, okay, let me see here. Sorry, team, I got lots of notes here, right? Speech language pathologist.
Yes.
Okay. And one thing I found interesting, I want you to kind of go back and maybe give us a few more words on, is that 3% from the African Americans are in that particular field. And honestly, when you were invited on our platform, I was like, okay, that's a interesting career field. I went to the website and I kind of took a look around and looked at your background, and I was like, that's interesting. I have never, from people of color, African Americans, Black, I have never heard of anyone in the field.
So yeah. And so, like I said, it's the most hidden gem. It is so rewarding. There is so many different avenues to go in. So we are never bored. When we get done working with kids or, 2-year-olds, we can go to 50-year-olds. When we're done with that, we can go to 99-year-olds. There is just so much work to be done in this field. So please reach out if you have any questions regarding the field, if you want to know how to get into the field, if you want to shadow me and see what the field really looks like, please definitely reach out, because I believe that the more of us who stand tall in this community, the more people we can reach.
I like that. Shadow, right? So out of all of the areas, the services that you provide, I know it might be a little meticulous, right? What do you see as what is your busiest area? I know that's I'm sorry.
I would say here lately, it has definitely been articulation and phonological impairments with the youth, the children. It's definitely been more early intervention, 0 to 3 age.
Okay.
Parents are really, really starting to say, hey, something's not right. And so, I am definitely impressed with me just getting myself out there and meeting more people and telling them, hey, your kid is 1. He should have 50 words by now, So that education is really helping. But I would say, yes, 0 to 3 articulation, phonological impairments right now.
Can I raise my hand? So ironically, I was on a call with a family member this morning, right? And their young one will be 3 in a few months. And one thing that they said to me was that they felt as though that they should be able to pronounce more words. Okay. Does a lot of that come from the environment that they're in that would slow that particular progression?
It definitely can be the environment. It could be genetics. I mean, we have to be real. Sometimes that we pick up things from our parents, but a lot of the times it is environment. So we just want to make sure that we are giving our kids the opportunities they need. And sometimes we just don't know how to do that. And so as a speech language pathologist, I also train parents. It's not just about training the kids. If we can only do things in the speech therapy room, then it's pointless. We want the kid to be able to leave the speech therapy room and do these same skills in their natural environment. And so that's why it's very important that it's a team approach. The parents are on board with the goals. They are helping make these goals, and they are contributing to these goals.
So you said something very interesting, and when you talk about the parents also, I've been around parents with kids 2 years old, 3 years old, and I've seen parents say, little Tommy should be speaking right now, and he's not. Or I've seen parents say that, little Susie's been speaking since she was 15 months. What drives that? And is there an age frame where you could say, well, if your child is at 3.5, they should be able to formulate these particular words?
So there are normative data that we can all play on. We can all refer to. But I want you guys to realize and always know that everyone is different. Right. Everyone is not going to learn the same. Everyone is not going to grow at the same pace. And so we have to look at that child being different. And we also have to look at the environment. Is the parent giving them the opportunity to speak? A lot of the times we speak for our kids and we don't even know that we're doing it. We are not giving them that opportunity to practice. Speech is a practice technique. It has to be practiced. And so it's important that we're doing that. But yeah, it's just important that we allow our kids that opportunity and just give them the space to do it. But I definitely can see, I reference that, what you're saying.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, Ms. Bennett, I am thoroughly impressed to hear what it is that you're doing and how you're able to help the young and the old, like Mr. Formby, how you're able to help them all. And I personally would really like for CNI Solutions to work with you guys
Absolutely.
together, because like I said, we do a lot of community-based organization work, and we're dealing with children all the time and adults like this. And sometimes, we get those who are not able to articulate words a certain way. And we get those kids who come in for any type of support or training or activities that we may have, and who don't know how to code switch, as you said, like this. So I really look forward to trying to sit down with you and work together and collaborate together to whereas we can help the community and make more awareness of what it is that you're doing, and so that more people in the community will utilize the services that you provide, so that they can basically make themselves or their children a better person, to speak more articulate.
Absolutely.
Well, I guess it's my turn. No, but you know what, Charles, and this will be my final statement, I guess, is when Ms. Bennett said norms versus differences. I think that's one of those areas that can cause some people to sit back longer than they should, I guess.
Right.
Differentiating a norm
Right.
from just being different.
Mm-hmm.
And would you suggest if there's concern that person, that parent, or whoever it may be, seek that consult?
Absolutely. If there are any concerns, please seek the help of a speech language pathologist. We can guide you in the direction that you need to go, whether it's more parent training or whether it's more child training, whatever is needed, please seek the help. And don't just allow the internet to help. Because as trained professionals, we are able to look at the child as a whole in their environment. We'll get a language sample. We'll not just look at one situation. And so we'll determine what is needed to boost this child in the right direction.
Outstanding. Well, Ms. Bennett, it has been a pleasure. We truly, truly appreciate you for coming on to the broadcast and giving us the knowledge that you have, which we were unaware, and very, very proud to hear that the work that you're doing is changing lives.
Yes.
And I think that's important. Folks, as always, remember, all these broadcasts is always going to be on our YouTube, on our Facebook. If there was something that was missed or you didn't get to hear everything from Ms. Bennett in regards to speech and what she was speaking of, please go back and review this on our YouTube or on our Facebook page or Twitter, wherever it's at. We've got it on multiple streaming platforms. Please go back in there. And if you know someone who could need these services, please share this. Share this so they can see it and understand and be able to give her a call or go visit her on April 9th during their grand opening. Please do that. Brewster, any last words?
Oh, you're back. Okay. So I did have a last word, but I just all of a sudden forgot. Okay, can you get back to me? No, I'm thankful, Ms. Bennett. Initially I was didn't know how to approach this particular this talk, but I tell you what, you have made it very, very comfortable, and the information that you gave as far as just as something as simple as the field that you are in. And I think the community having someone, i.e. Charles and I, on this particular platform, someone that looks like you, sometimes as a comfort, and do believe that there are people that look like you and I that are truly professionals and they know what they're doing. So watch this cast again, share this cast, Charles, and if you have children who have not decided on what they want their career fields to be, their field of study, hey, take a look at it. It may be the one for you. You may decide, well, I'm not just kidding. This thing is just too much, or this is just not challenging enough, right? Man, I just see so many streams that you have. I'm like, there are just so many different avenues that you're attacking that you have some background in, and I'm like, good gracious, how do you keep up with it? Okay, I'm done, Charles. Sorry about it. It only took about 5 minutes.
All right. Hey, team, please don't forget April 13th is going to be the Sun Bunny Loves You event at the Bob Harrison Senior Citizen Center. We'll be down there giving them a special Easter basket and a luncheon for those senior citizens down there. Those who want to volunteer, help, aid, and support, by all means, please give us a call, 256-459-6020. And as always, remember, your yesterday is not your today, and your today is not your tomorrow. Good night.